Today we're diving into one of the biggest mysteries on the internet. Is the Earth flat? Let's find out.
Wait, have you ever been to Antarctica?
Yeah.
Do you believe in the ice wall?
Yeah, I saw the ice wall.
Well,
Yeah, he saw it too.
I can't stay on the stream.
No way, but we'll talk about it later. That's
Yeah. Let's just say you always need someone with you when you're in Antarctica.
Are you serious?
Is the Earth round?
I would say no.
What shape is it?
I just believe that we live on a flat plane. Yeah, like a huge flat plane. Yeah. It's only because I've traveled so much and I see like...
Did you ever get to the edge of the Earth?
Nah.
Okay.
It's not that. There's more, I think that there's more masses than just what we see.
Just the Earth.
Because we lived, it was one thing before and it's like spread out.
Yeah.
So it's layered like a pastry.
I wouldn't say layered like a pastry. I would just say like if this rug was the world, we would probably be like over there somewhere, and then there's just way
This
more
other shit that we haven't discovered.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I think. Because when I travel, the routes that we take and how we do it, it's not possible to go up and down. You're just going straight.
Check this out. You can literally watch the sunset twice. From this lower altitude, the sun drops below the horizon. Sunset over, right? Not even close, because now the drone climbs higher. And as it gains altitude, the sun comes back into the view. That's a problem for flat Earth, because if the sun simply moved too far away and vanished off into the distance, going up a few hundred feet shouldn't bring it back, but it does. Why? Because the horizon isn't just perspective. It's the curve of the Earth blocking your line of sight. When you climb higher, you can see farther over the curve, and that's why the sun reappears. No amount of zoom will bring back the sun that's already set, but elevation will. That's not belief. That's not NASA. That's not CGI. That's observation. And observation wins every single time. Truth is discovered, never invented. Keep on searching.
You don't think Earth is flat?
Huh? What?
I'm just asking a question.
And then white people started to catch up with the internet. But we went in a stupid direction, like flat earthers, rather than like being these people at the top are the ones we should be upset with.
You don't think Earth is flat?
Huh? What?
I'm just asking a question.
Do you?
I'm just saying. I took it.
Oh my God, dude.
My question is, what is the advantage the people in power have that if it's actually flat, I'm thinking it's round? Like, what does that get them?
I don't know.
I get the other things.
I just said I fly a lot.
Oh my God. I didn't know this. I'm gonna let you cook.
One time I took a 25-hour flight, and the plane never did this. That's all I said.
That's
all I
not
said.
how it works.
Huh? If you're on the map, if U.S. is here and another country is there, when I was going to that country, the plane never did that. That's all I said. That's all I said.
But you also realize that this isn't north. That's up.
I know that.
Okay.
Yeah, I know that.
Okay, just...
I'm just saying, because I was looking at a map one time I was flying. I was here, and I flew to here. And I stayed up the whole time looking out the window, just to make sure.
This is the best flat Earth proof, and once you hear it, the globe dies in your mind forever. If the Earth is a spinning ball tilted at 23.5 degrees with night and day caused by one side facing the sun, why do we see the sun and the moon in the sky at the same time? That's not just strange, it's impossible. On a globe. Think about it. They taught us in school that when one side of the Earth is lit up by the sun, the other side is in total darkness, right? Day and night are opposites. So how can both the sun and the moon be in the same sky at the same time above the same observer? You've seen it maybe as a kid, early morning or late afternoon, sun high above, and there's the moon just hanging there. You probably thought, that's weird, then brushed it off. But here's the problem. It doesn't work on a spinning ball. If the moon is supposed to be on the night side, how is it right there, glowing in your daytime sky? Now flip the map. Imagine the sun and moon moving in circles above us like spotlights, not around a ball, but across a flat plane. That's why they can both be visible, because they're close, small and operating within the same system, not on opposite sides of a globe. They're like two lamps moving over a dinner table. If you're sitting in the right spot, you can see both lamps at once. That's exactly what's happening in our sky. They say the moon reflects sunlight. But how is it reflecting light while being visible on the same side as the sun? Shouldn't it be invisible in that position, washed out by sunlight or blocked by the Earth's curve? And why is the moon sometimes lit from the bottom or sideways? or in directions that don't match the sun's location at all. It's not just inconsistent, it's incoherent. And here's the kicker. You can see the moon during daylight for up to 25 days a month. That's not a rare accident. It's a regular event that breaks the spinning globe story. Globers say it's just geometry. Okay, show us the math. Show us one physical experiment, just one, that demonstrates a ball Earth allowing simultaneous sun and moon visibility from the same point. They can't, because it doesn't exist. But we've got centuries of real-world observation that shows the sun and moon move together across a flat sky. No spinning, no tilting, just truth. Ask yourself, why do they never explain this in school? Why do textbooks skip over this coincidence like it's normal? And why did you have to wait till now, right now, to hear the question that breaks the globe forever? Maybe it's because this isn't science, it's programming. And you're waking up. Now go outside, look up. Watch the sky with new eyes, because once you see it, you can never unsee it. This video is for entertainment purposes.
On the other side of this argument, on the flat Earth side of this argument, is Tila Tequila.
In 2016, a group of independent researchers gathered at a salt flat in Bolivia, one of the flattest surfaces on Earth. According to the globe model, Earth curves at 8 inches per mile squared. That means objects should disappear from view beyond a certain distance, hidden by the curve. They placed a laser just 3 feet above the surface. According to globe math, it should have been invisible beyond 6 miles. But the beam remained visible at 10 miles, then 15, then over 20. Next, they filmed distant buildings, boats and islands across large lakes, sometimes 30, 40, even 100 miles away. According to the globe model, these objects should have been hidden behind hundreds of feet of Earth's curve. But the entire structure, base to top, remained visible. No atmospheric bending, no magic refraction. And then came the most damning test of all. 2 flags were set up miles apart on a frozen lake, with a third person holding a camera at the same height in the middle. If Earth was curved, the middle flag should have appeared higher due to the curve. But all 3 lined up perfectly. Dead flat. Over and over again, from lakes to coastlines, the same result. No curvature. Even over distances that should hide entire skylines, everything stayed in view, right where it should be on a flat plane. These weren't conspiracies. They were measurable, repeatable, real-world distance experiments. No matter how far they tested, the curve never appeared, and the only thing that disappeared was the credibility of the spinning globe theory.
Prove the Earth is not flat. Okay.
If gravity is strong enough to hold oceans, why can a simple airplane lift hundreds of tons into the air? Let that sink in for a second. Billions of gallons of heavy water supposedly cling to a spinning ball, but a jet engine can slice right through that same force like it's nothing. Yeah, something doesn't add up. And today, we're peeling that onion layer by layer. So here's the thing. We've all been told gravity is this invisible superhero that holds down oceans, buildings, cars, you, me, everything. But when you stop and actually think about it, the story starts to wobble. If gravity is powerful enough to pin trillions of tons of water to the side of a globe, why do clouds float? Why can a butterfly dance upward without being crushed? Why can a massive steel airplane weighing hundreds of tons just defy that pull and soar effortlessly? Now they'll say it's aerodynamics, it's lift, it's thrust. Sure, that's the textbook explanation. But if lift beats gravity so easily, doesn't that mean this invisible force isn't as all-powerful as we've been led to believe? Maybe what we call gravity is just density, buoyancy, and equilibrium, working together in a world that's not spinning through space, but sitting still, perfectly balanced. Think about it. When something is lighter than the air around it, it rises. When it's heavier, it falls. No magic, no mysterious pull from a core 4,000 miles below your feet. Just simple, observable physics, right here, right now. That's why ships float, smoke rises, and an airplane, when it reaches the right balance of pressure and thrust, can glide through the air like it's swimming in a sea of density, not fighting an invisible giant. Imagine the world not as a globe, but as a level plain, where air and water find their natural place. The oceans stay flat, because that's what liquids do. They find their level. The plane takes off not by beating gravity, but by mastering the flow of air, adjusting pressure, and moving through a medium that's designed for motion, not resistance. So maybe the real question isn't how gravity holds oceans and lets planes fly, but why we stopped questioning what we were told in the first place. Stay curious. And if this made you pause for even a second, that's your cue. Watch more videos like this right here, and keep asking the questions they don't want you to ask. Because sometimes the truth isn't hidden.
Let's talk about airplanes, flights, and how they actually help prove the flat Earth. We're told the Earth spins really fast, about 1,600 kilometers per hour at the equator. But here's the question. If an airplane is flying east at just 800 kilometers per hour, how does it ever catch up to the ground that's supposedly spinning twice as fast? And what about landing? How can a flight safely land on a runway that's moving at 1,600 kilometers per hour underneath it? That sounds impossible. They say the atmosphere moves with the Earth because of gravity, like it's stuck on with Velcro. But above the clouds, there's just empty space. Does that really make sense? Now think about this. If Earth is really round and curving, every airplane would have to constantly tilt its nose down just to stay close to the ground. At regular speed, a plane would need to dip about 850 meters every minute, or it would start flying way off into the sky like 50,000 meters high in just 1 hour. But here's the thing, pilots don't do that. Once a flight reaches cruising altitude, the plane stays level. It doesn't dip, it doesn't curve, it just flies straight. That's a big clue. If the Earth was really spinning and curving, wouldn't every airplane have to adjust constantly? But they don't. Flights are smooth, level, and straight, just like the surface of a flat Earth. So next time you fly, look out the window and ask yourself, are we really on a spinning ball? Or are airplanes quietly proving the flat Earth every single day?
And it's mostly just a big ball of lava. That's Earth. But 10,000 feet is not a big deal.
Have you given any consideration whatsoever to the flat Earth movement?
Haha. I think that's a troll situation.
Oh, it's not. No, it's not. You would like to think that because you're a super genius. But I, as a normal person, I know there's people way dumber than me. And they really, really believe. They watch YouTube videos which go on uninterrupted and spew out a bunch of fucking fake facts very eloquently and articulately. And they really believe. These people really believe.
I mean, if it works for them, sure. Fine.
It's weird though, right?
This is the best flat Earth proof, and it's been hiding in plain sight for over 150 years. The Suez Canal, one of the most important shipping routes in the world, is a 120-mile waterway connecting the Mediterranean Sea to the Red Sea. Every day, massive ships pass through it, carrying millions of tons of cargo. And here's the part nobody talks about. It's perfectly level from one end to the other. No curves, no slopes. Just a straight level stretch of water for over 100 miles. On a globe, this should be impossible. Earth supposedly curves downward at about 8 inches per mile squared. Over 120 miles, that's a drop of more than 9,500 feet. Almost 2 miles of curvature. That means if the canal followed the globe's surface, ships at one end would be nearly 2 miles lower than ships at the other. And yet engineers who built it in the 1800s never accounted for curvature. Not once. They didn't need to. They simply leveled it, and it worked. Globe defenders say, gravity pulls the water into a curve, but water can only curve around a shape if it's contained. A canal isn't a sealed container. Its surface is open, and water always finds its level, always. And here's what's even stranger. This isn't just the Suez. The Panama Canal, the Erie Canal, and countless smaller waterways are all built level. None of their construction plans mention adjusting for curvature. You'd think if engineers knew they were building on a sphere, the blueprints would account for it. But they don't. Instead, they act like the Earth is exactly what they see and measure flat. You can see this for yourself without traveling. Just look up photos of the Suez Canal from the air. The water runs straight to the horizon, perfectly level, no visible drop. Ask yourself, how can something be that flat for that long on a spinning ball? They say space proves the globe, but sometimes the truth is right here on the ground. The Suez Canal isn't just a marvel of engineering. It's a silent witness that the Earth beneath it has no curve at all. Oh, and just so you know, this is for entertainment purposes.
How did Japan attack Hawaii on a flat Earth? Well, simple. There's your map. Take a look, because right now we're about to look at flight paths and why they make no sense on a globe. Auckland to Lima, Peru, stops in Los Angeles. Why? Makes sense on a flat Earth. Buenos Aires to New Delhi, stops in Amsterdam. Makes no sense on a globe. Perfect sense on a flat Earth. Here we have Sydney to Lima, Peru, which stops in Los Angeles. On a globe, it makes zero sense. But on a flat Earth, it looks like it makes sense. Let's take a look at Wellington to Lima, which stops in Los Angeles. Again, makes zero sense on a globe, but perfect sense on a flat Earth. Now let's look at Wellington to Mexico City, which stops in Los Angeles. On a flat Earth, it makes a lot of sense. Look at that. You got Wellington to Los Angeles, and then you go to Mexico City. Perfect sense. Now on the globe model, we have what looks like the most ridiculous. What's happening? Why would this ever happen? That would not be a flight path. It makes no sense. But again, this is all my opinion. I recommend everyone does their own research and comes to their own conclusions. I love.
Ask somebody what shape the earth is. Most people won't even hesitate. They'll tell you it's round. That's what we learned in school, what we seen in books, what we watched on television our entire lives. But over the last decade, something unexpected happened. A movement that many people thought disappeared hundreds of years ago suddenly exploded across the internet. Millions of people started asking questions. Not because they all believed the earth was flat, but because they believed some questions deserved answers. Today we're looking at the biggest arguments from both sides.
Well, let's start with the people flying thousands of miles above Earth every day. Let's see what the pilots got to say.
You can say that again.
I'm a member of the Flat Earth. Ready?
Ready? Oh.
I'm American Airlines pilot. I'm a member of the Flat Earth Society.
God bless you, brother. Wow, the truth. I love it. Mwah.
How long have you been a pilot for?
43 years.
Wow. What shape is the planet?
Flat.
You're the pilot?
Hi.
How long have you been flying for?
Like for Delta, 21 years, but maybe like 30 something.
I want to know, because they say the pilots know a lot. Do you think the Earth is flat or no?
I know it's flat.
You know it's flat?
The world is flat.
Confirmed.
Completely flat. Completely flat.
And ice wall? What's beyond the ice wall?
You get to that and you go down, and then gravity works in a different direction. So when it rains, it doesn't fall on the floor. It falls.
Is there another world beyond the ice wall? Wow.
Pilots are one of the most talked about parts of this debate. Flat Earth supporters often share interviews where pilots describe the horizon, appearing flat or explain how aircraft maintain level flight. To them, those comments raise questions about what we think we know.
That's raising a lot of eyebrows.
On the other hand, aviation experts explain that airplanes use navigation systems, flight planning, and physics that are all consistent with a globe-shaped Earth. They also point out that at normal cruising altitudes, the Earth's curvature is subtle enough that it won't always be obvious to the naked eye. So while pilot clips spark curiosity, they don't settle the debate on their own.
Pilots ain't the only ones asking questions. Regular people like you and me.
But this is the thing about the whole flat earth, round earth thing. Like, why people care if people believe in the earth the way the Bible describes it? Why do people get so mad about that?
Does the Bible describe it as flat?
Yeah.
It does?
With the dome, the firmament, and everything. Why do people get mad at people if they just describe the earth the way the oldest history book describes it?
Yeah. So does this mean you think it's flat?
Yep.
You do?
Yeah, I do.
Google images of satellites. I've never seen a satellite that was real. I'm just saying, I'm not a flat earther, I'm just saying.
Yeah, that is very strange now that you bring that up.
This is what changed me when I looked into emergency landings.
Why are they selling us on round?
That's not the only thing they're selling you on. They're selling you on space.
You don't think they're real? You don't think sun's real?
No. Sun is real. The sun and the moon is real.
Okay.
But outer space is not.
Is the world round?
Yes, it's a globe.
Globe tard.
All right, so how's it flat then? Prove to me it's flat.
Look outside.
I see the curve.
He does see shit.
I do. I see the curve.
Your name should be Luke the Duke, but instead your name is Leek.
I'm gonna start calling him Lurd. Lork. Lork.
Lork the globe.
This is stupid. I'm not a globe-tard.
You have a spacesuit, you can go up there and see it's flat. But you ain't fucking going.
It's not
and
flat.
That's why you're Lork the globe.
So is space fake? Is there even space?
Space is fake. You're Lork. Space is
So it's a dome?
Space is CGI, yeah. It's a solid dome. I'm gonna drink so much water that was not left. I'll drink all the water on the earth.
Then what?
Then you could be thirsty.
Once celebrities start talking about flat earth, the conversation reached millions of new people. Some entertainers openly questioned what they had been taught. Others said they were just asking questions. A few later clarified their comments or said they were joking. Whether serious or not, those moments fueled a huge online discussion. But here's something worth remembering. Fame doesn't determine what's true. A celebrity's opinion can start a conversation, but evidence is what ultimately matters. But here's something worth remembering. Fame doesn't determine what's true. A celebrity opinion can start a conversation, but evidence is what ultimately matters.
So what does science actually say about all of this?
Scientists say the evidence for a roughly spherical Earth doesn't depend on one photograph or one space agency. It comes from many different observations. Ships disappear, haul first over the horizon. Different stars are visible depending on where you are in the world. During the lunar eclipse, Earth's shadow on the moon is consistently round. GPS satellite communications and modern navigation all rely on models that match a globe-shaped Earth. Flat Earth supporters challenge some of these explanations and continue to raise questions about how certain evidence is presented. There's one reason this debate keeps surfacing online. On the other hand, aviation experts explain that airplanes use navigation systems, flight planning, and physics that are all consistent with a globe-shaped Earth. They also point out that at normal cruising altitudes, the Earth's curvature is subtle enough that it won't always be obvious to the naked eye. So while pilot clips spark curiosity, they don't settle the debate on their own.
One last clip before we wrap this up. We're going to go with the strongest clip right here.
Guys, you have to hear what she's saying. This is live. Go ahead.
Law enforcement and the military, so they have clear guidelines on how to assess these issues going forward. I yield back. Thank you.
Thank you. I'd like to recognize Ms. Boebert for 5 minutes of questioning.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Now that we have all been cautioned in this committee hearing that the mention of Pentagon's Immaculate Constellation program could put us on a list, well, I already find myself on many lists, I'm sure. So I speak my mind often, so why not just keep going with it? May as well just go all out and say it. The Earth is flat, birds are government drones, and we've never set foot on the moon, and Joe Biden received 81 million votes in the 2020 election. So let's just see how many lists we could get on here today.
Woo, what?
Mr. Schellenberger, I wanted to ask.
I'm Philly Swain.
The internet made this debate bigger than ever. Videos gained millions of views, forums filled with arguments, people started doing their own experiments. Some came way more convinced of the scientific consensus. Others felt they still had unanswered questions. So where does that leave us? This topic has fascinated people for years because it's about more than geometry. It's about curiosity, it's about trust, and it's about asking questions. At the same time, asking questions should go hand in hand with examining the strongest available evidence. Whether you agree with the scientific consensus or you're still exploring the topic, it's worth looking beyond short clips and headlines before reacting a conclusion. The conversation isn't ending anytime soon.
I'm Philly Swain.
And I'm Blueberry. If you enjoyed this investigation, hit that subscribe button because we're just getting started. And tell us in the comments, what mystery should we investigate next? Swainstorm.
Like, comment, subscribe, stay tuned. I ain't got a cameraman, I just got a remote.
Y'all like my hat? The famous skateboarder Stevie Williams? He gave me this hat. It's an asphalt hat. Speaking of asphalt, is the earth flat? Asphalt hat, is the earth flat? Asphalt hat, is the earth flat?